Oops, I never thought I'd see the day where I lost on level 1. I also had a few more lazy deaths before getting my real good run started. So, attempt 8. I finally got a good run started on this one. It is worth noting that I took unavoidable damage in this turret section twice, which is why it doesn't count. Other than that, Ghost Rusher still destroys these early levels. Soon enough, I got to the point where I died on my previous good attempt, my first death, and this time I beat it deathless. In Leviathan Lagoon, I used this new strategy with Whamshell in order to beat the squids on the elevated platforms. And later on, Zap proves to be very useful for the boss fight as I expected, utilizing his range and speed to beat each of the minions. Even when all three spawn at once, dodging isn't too bad because they don't all attack together. Luckily, the sharks also despawn for just a moment when one of the minions dies, which allows me to dodge them easier. I think I found my new Crystal Eye Castle strategy. Just use Terrafin's burrow. This move could probably use to trivialize many other parts in the game as well. But all you have to do is go underground, you can launch mini sharks at all the enemies, and then make sure you come back above ground in a safe spot before your timer runs out for how long you're able to be burrowed. Zap's death was totally avoidable. If I had just done this strategy with Prism Break and dropped the crystal from the start, Terrafin continues to wreak havoc. These arena fights became so incredibly easy with this strategy. The only risk was running up the burrow time limit, which would cause me to come back above ground and become vulnerable again. Sunburn here falls to a really silly mistake. I just wasn't paying attention and I didn't notice I didn't defeat that Chompy. Also, Igniter was really not a great choice for these shielded Chompies, so that's two pretty unnecessary deaths I can definitely save for the next run. Stone Golem time, and Lightning Rod dies. Whoops. I do find out that Stump Smash's acorns and nuts can be used to bait the Golem into attacking across the map, making the rockfall dodging very safe. And this boss going down means it's my new furthest part in the run, and I still have many characters left too. However, Dro Witches, they've always been tough to deal with, and now we have Blade Witches, who are even stronger with their boomerangs. I'm going to get you out of there, Gale Grunt. And right here is proof as to why Blade Witches are so tough. I almost lost Ghost Roaster here when discovering his Skull Charge doesn't one-shot these enhanced spearmen in combination with it not being able to hit the same enemy twice in one dash. And without Sonic Boom alive, I don't have a particularly great answer for how to take these guys out. Their shields are really annoying to get past. I can't even use Dino Rang's ranged boomerang attack to do so. Soon enough, I was able to get past them all. And then Stump Smash was able to take everyone out by flooding the area with acorns. Stealth Elf joins the team finally. I'm more hopeful about her than other melee Skylanders because she has great speed and damage, as well as the Scarecrow being a good distraction. Stump Smash, however, could not outrun his enemies. And then I immediately run Stealth Elf into a grenade, so that is unfortunate. The railway there was too narrow, but it was still a very avoidable death. Evil Zook is pretty difficult to dodge if you don't have any speed, as you can see here. And then, even after switching to a fast Skylander, I make a big mistake of dashing right into Evil Stealth Elf's attack. Boomer is up next, and he also falls due to me not being able to dodge properly. Evil Stump Smash deploys his acorns a bit at a diagonal angle, so it was a little more difficult to dodge. And due to that, I employ a new strategy where I don't need to dodge. I can get slowed by Evil Stump Smash's attacks, but while burrowed, they won't actually damage me, thankfully. More ineptitude incoming as I walk Dino-Rang right into a life spell bullet. I really don't know why I swapped off Terrafin in the first place. I wasn't entirely sure if he'd be able to burrow around those spells, but he was. At least I know this for the next run now. And this section definitely has the most room for improvement, I think, so expect greatness in the next attempt now that I know what to do. Even still though, Terrafin isn't a free win against these evil minions. Whenever one dies, I automatically unburrow, just like in the Leviathan Lagoon boss fight, and that's when I become vulnerable. Stealth Elf's on 1 HP, and she's down. And just up here, we're able to unlock Zook, who should be useful because he's got range and shields. But I just made the biggest mistake in the run. From now on, I really need to swap off into my worst characters for those sections with just traps and no enemies to fight. Terrafin's loss is huge, and there's no way Camo's gonna fill that void. I think the Trollverine enemies are some of my new least favorites to fight in this challenge. Their shields force you close, and then they strike quickly and with a wide range, to the sides as well. I think their attack is wider than it is long, and so I end up getting trapped by that guy. And I may have cornered myself here as Ghost Roaster too, losing him before adding Drill Sergeant to the team. Prison Break may not be the best character, but he proves he's definitely not useless, as he's able to take out this group of enemies without too much issue. And here comes more Trollverines to ruin my day. Again, with the sideswipe attack from this guy being really difficult to dodge. Even just getting them to attack sometimes can be difficult because you gotta walk up so close, and then of course you're right next to them for the attack. This Gunsnout enemy here in a super narrow corridor makes it extremely tough to dodge. Luckily, I was able to find a scary but safe looking spot, not before I add 2 more deaths to the total. Drobot is definitely going to be a huge help. He's such a good Skylander.
Skylanders of the undead element.
When trying to break this wall with the bomb, something really unfortunate happens. Take a look. I took damage there. I don't know if it was the turret or the explosion that got me, but oh well. I guess that's just a chance for improvement next run. In the next level, we can finally collect a magic soul gem all the way in chapter 15. And we can go back to the 2 prior magic gates after beating this level. I could have gone in before beating it, but I decided to try and finish this one first. It's imperative though that I don't lose Spyro here, so I'm able to actually go back and do so. And then I get stuck between those 2 fat belly spiders, which I really thought I could pass by. Just as a note, you saw it right there, I don't think I've mentioned before, but if a Skylander spawns in and is immediately hit by unavoidable damage, that doesn't count. Just as long as right here I don't go below 594 health, Slam Bam will still be alive. And he's able to survive for quite a bit longer, defeating everyone else in this level. It's also worth noting that the Moon Widow's webs only trap you, they don't deal damage. So getting trapped will also remove all the webs that particular Widow has placed. And its escape is quick, so it's not a bad idea to get hit on purpose in order to clean up the area a little bit. This level is beaten with 1 Skylander remaining, so now level 16 is my new record. Though it doesn't take very long before my last Skylander falls as well.